It is week 3 of the high school football season, and some of the area's top teams have already made a great first impression. 14 local teams in Ohio are off to a perfect start, and 3 more in western Pennsylvania have yet to allow a single point. So let's get right to it with this week's edition of the WKBN High School Football Power Rankings. We begin at number 10 with Boardman. The Spartans have posted wins over Mooney and Cheney, and they've done it despite significant injuries to some of their really good players. Boardman will have to step it up this week, though, when they travel to Jackson. The Polar Bears are off to a great start as well and scoring a lot of points through the first 2 weeks. At number 9, we've got a 3-way tie in Mercer County. Farrell, Sharon, and Wilmington were all awesome in the season opener. Hard to pick a favorite when they all won 49-0, 50-0, and 58-0, and they did it in different ways. Wilmington ran for over 350 yards as a team. Farrell had 7 different players score, and Sharon piled up all 49 points by halftime. Moving up to number 8 this week, West Branch. The Warriors are averaging 47 points per game. Drew DeShields threw 5 touchdowns last week alone, and they host winless Revere on Friday, so you can expect more of the same this week. At number 7, Salem. The Quakers just hung 62 points on Beaver Local. They racked up over 600 yards of total offense, with Blaze Exline leading the way. He scored 5 times. We'll see what they can do this week against East Liverpool. Our number 6 ranked team, LABRAE. The Vikings are coming off that 20-point win against Valley Christian. LABRAE's defense held the Eagles to just 9 yards rushing. They've been dominant through the first 2 weeks. They host Keystone this Friday. Moving on to number 5, Hubbard. The Eagles are coming off that monster win against Cardinal Mooney in our WKBN Game of the Week. TC Caffey put on another show with over 200 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. That win over the Cards was also the first in school history. Our number 4 ranked team this week, Austintown Fitch. The Falcons traveled to Canton last week and knocked off Division I McKinley 42-28. It was a big win for the program, and we'll see if they can double down this week with another one against Canton Glen Oak. At number 3, Warren JFK. The Eagles are cruising, averaging 46 points per game with wins over Champion and Western Reserve. This week will be their toughest test yet, though. Garfield is one of the few teams to beat the Eagles last year. The rematch will be our WKBN Game of the Week this Friday night. Moving on to number 2, South Range. The Raiders are coming off that 21-point win at University School. They now have more computer points than everybody in Region 17 and the second most of any Division 5 team in the entire state. And finally, our number 1 ranked team again this week, URSULINE. The Irish scored 62 points in week number 1 and then 50 last week against Hickory. DeMarcus McElroy rushed for over 200 yards in that game, and they will need all of that and then some this Friday night when they take on Chardon, the Division III reigning state champions. But for the second straight week, URSULINE remains the number 1 team in our WKBN Power Rankings.